Okay, we're about 150 miles north of the Arctic Circle right now in a town called Arctic Village. The visitor center, basically that's just a building with some chairs in it, and I guess it's somewhat heated in the winter. That's really about it. But it's nice here today. It's in the 60s and gorgeous sun. Probably about the best weather they ever get here all year. There's some, you'll see on the prop here, that's my underwear drying because I went down and the runway runs along here, kind of off beyond where you can see it. And there's some ponds down there. There's a river through the valley here as well. But there's various ponds. There's ponds all around here. I'll probably, you'll see the picture I took when coming in here. And went for a nice swim in one. And it was really good temperature, actually. It was probably frozen only a month ago, but because of how shallow they are and how much sun they collect, it was actually a really nice temperature. Just silty, but I got out and it was really good. So anyway, I'm glad I did that. And we came here dropping off some AT&T technicians to fix something, and we're waiting here for a few hours. It's currently, been here about an hour and a half now. Maybe gonna be here another hour and a half. I'm here with Travis, he's inside. I'm really just riding along on this flight. I'm not fully trained up yet. And we came from Fairbanks, about an hour and a half flight out that way. And then North Pole, straight out that way, essentially, if you were to think about it that way. And totally unconnected villages. The village, I can't really see it. It's kind of off. Maybe there's some buildings out there, and there's kind of a valley, and then more houses further, and that's about a mile and a half away, about 120 people. And little visitor center thing. There's no tourism here or anything, but they have some things like this set up, which is nice. Here's a really interesting one. They have this little, look at this. Mountain Road Barista. Call or stop by. What is that? It's a Kate, maybe? Kate Cell. So if you want to come to Arctic Village and order a coffee or whatever you want, a Red Bull Jitter. For it, the prices look high. It's because everything here has to be flown in. As I said, there's no connection. And what's interesting is you forget how disconnected you are because there's big infrastructure here. Like these are the diesel generators and all this construction equipment. And it's amazing that they're able to bring all this stuff in here. I don't know how they get it here, either with the C-130, which would be a very expensive airplane to charter, or maybe they're able to bring a barge up this river once a year. I don't know. But they make it happen up here. I can overhear like a Drake song down there or something. So yeah, it kind of makes you forget how remote you are. So definitely a cool thing. Out there is an outhouse I tried out. Open air outhouse, my first real experience with that. A lot of bugs, not the best quality toilet paper, kind of random scraps of stuff they had there. But anyway, I think these are called an Argo-Cat, 8-wheel drive. They float. You can drive this right into water and the wheels will actually power it. Go slow, or you can ultimate motor on the back. So I can imagine in the wintertime this is a pretty effective way to get around. And yeah, that's kind of the experience. So I'm going to jump in the plane and practice some more flows. And you might have noticed on the other side of the plane we got all these like cards and pieces of paper and stuff stuck up in the windows on the other side just so it doesn't get too hot in there. Yeah, I feel pretty spoiled right now with the weather. I got a lot of interesting weather to look forward to here. Let's open this thing up. So these are the planes I'm going to be flying. Piper Navajos. I don't know what year this one is, probably 80 something like that. It's one of the later model ones. It's a little bit hard to do this with one hand. Bring this down, put that open, have an extra little step there. All right, and then in we go. And we kind of got a combination set up, so you could have 2 pilot seats up front and then 4 more rows of seats But right now we kind of have a combination of cargo, and then we carry 2 guys up there. So their equipment, us, and then that second row. I don't think that those come out. So anyway, and this is where my new home will be, which is pretty cool. So just getting to know the plane. This is all a charter leg, a revenue flight, so I'm not able to fly in the left seat right now. So I'm really just coming along just for the experience. There's obviously a lot to learn just in terms of operating in Alaska is extremely specialized. So if we have an empty leg where we have no passengers or cargo on board, I'm able to do the flying from the left seat. And I'm flying to Travis. He's kind of the training director for the company. So it's sort of a jump start on my training, although we really haven't started much of my actual training yet at all. But it's been cool to get some actual flying experience. And it's such a cool plane to fly. It's quite a powerful plane, 2 big piston engines, 350 horsepower a side, turbocharged. Pretty complex, to be honest. I mean, there's a lot of things to do on this airplane all the time. And that's what makes it fun. It can definitely handle some weather. Let's get up here, check it out. And here, I'll just fire the avionics for a second. Don't want to run them long, but just to take a look. And there's tons of bugs in here now. So. But yeah, it's been a challenge. I got a lot more reading to do, a lot more ground stuff to do. But hopefully in a couple weeks I'll be checked out and I'll be off flying these things on my own. That'll be pretty cool. So that's all just starting to align, but just forget about it. I don't want to drain the battery or something stupid. Let's turn the light off. So yeah, I'm pretty interested in seeing what it's all going to be like. I know this is the best time of the year to be here. The winter, it's going to be pretty hardcore, but I'll do it once. I've got to at least do it once. And they do a lot of tour flights too. So for instance, yesterday, we had 8 people back here. We went and flew up to 20,000 feet right over the summit of Denali, which was incredibly cool. And everybody really loved seeing that experience and enjoying that, including me, of course. We were on oxygen masks. And flying them up to the Coldfoot camp, which is like they do about a 2.5-hour tour up there at this camp with this lodge and stuff, about an hour flight north of Fairbanks up in the Arctic Circle as well. And charter flights, we've done already lots of random things, gone to lots of random places. So it's just, I think it's probably about the coolest flying I could ever wish to do. So I really think I landed on my feet with this gig, and I just cannot wait to sink into the actual operating experience once I'm fully checked out and operational as a pilot. It's going to be incredible. So I landed on my feet. My Alaska job hunt, I think, came to fruition. And actually, since kind of joining the company and spending some time with the people and starting doing the flying, I know this is probably really zoomed in on my face, by the way. But since kind of getting the taste of what's going on here, I just couldn't. I'm more excited about it now than I was even when I was offered the job about a week ago. So that's a good way for it to be going. So hopefully it continues that way. And honestly, I'm sure it will. So cool. I'll update you guys sometime later on.